Farrell, Bateman, Havard,
Any hookers?
Powell. So we did actually have about, and then Thornley is injured, as still is as well, isn't he? And Lula. So actually, we had about 7 players out injured.
Everybody's got
Yeah.
injuries.
Even the
Everybody.
least injured side this season had a lot out. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go Catalan to win it ugly, as they did last week. Catalan by 4.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Cass on the home pitch is a different proposition. I'm going to go Cass by 4.
Okay.
And it's going to make it interesting for that run-in then, for see if Catalans can be caught. Friday night Sky game, 8 p.m. It's the Danny Maguire derby. Hull KR. Danny Maguire's Hull KR host Danny Maguire's former Leeds Rhinos. It sounds like Hull KR are going to have a few people back. Danny Maguire's been saying in his press conference today that Hall and Lynette should be back, and Coote just has to clear one more concussion protocol test, but he's cleared the rest up to now, so they'd expect him to be back. That'll be a big difference for this Hull KR side. Leeds, though, under Rowan Smith, are going great guns. It's a hard one to call. I'm going to enjoy this one. I'll say that much. I can't tell you who's going to win it, but I'm going to have to make a guess. You go first. I'll see if anything comes to me.
Okay. Leeds crippled by the disciplinary, so unfair, etc., etc. But I've picked Leeds for the playoffs, and with that in mind, against a key playoff kind of rival, I'm going to go Leeds by 2.
That is the weird, thing on it, innit? It feels like Hull KR are a bit distant from the playoffs, but they're not. If they win this game, they'll be in the top 6, but with a worse points difference than a couple of the teams around them, but still in the top 6. And I'm going to go for Hull KR. I'm going to go Hull KR by 4.
Well, we've gone completely different on the 3 games so far, so that tells you everything.
Part of why I went that way. Saturday 1 p.m. Channel 4, so they moved back to the Saturday slot that most of their games have been in. Salford versus Huddersfield, another exciting game. These two teams dished up what I think was a slightly disappointing game at Magic Weekend. I expected more from Salford, and they didn't really perform that day. The fans were great, but the performance didn't match that. Huddersfield stuck to the process. Russell will be back, won't he, from his 1-game ban, and obviously Price will be out, but Russell will be back. I think that gives them a bit more balance, a bit more cohesion for Huddersfield. Having said that, Salford have been electric, and I would like Salford to win this game, I think. Partly because it gives Wigan more breathing space for second place, but also partly because I've enjoyed Salford's attacking rugby this year. So I'm going to go what I want to happen, because I don't know what will happen. I'm going to go Salford by 8.
Now, I'm debating whether just to go be a contrary Mary just for the sake of it, but my instinct was that Salford would win as well. So I'm going to stick with that instinct and say Salford by 4.
It would not surprise either of us if Huddersfield won, though, would it?
Oh, no, of course not. No, they are, on paper, higher in the table, etc., etc. Yeah.
Sunday, 3 p.m. To be honest, if it was Huddersfield hosting Salford, I would have gone for Huddersfield. Sunday, 3 p.m, Hull FC versus St Helens. I mean, they're hot and they're cold, Hull FC. Do you think they can beat the top dogs? A weakened top dogs?
Yeah. St Helens absolutely tore them a new one when they played very early in the year in the snow.
That was the Gale sending off game as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Studs up.
I still think even though Saints are a bit scratchy and not very coherent necessarily, I still think they're a better team. Saints by 10.
Saints are a better team, but I'm going FC by 10.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Last time Saints were away from home, they got battered.
It's true.
And Hull FC, you'd think, with some of their attacking prowess, should be able to exploit some of the younger players that Saints are having to play at the moment, especially on the edges. Yeah, I'm going FC by 10. Then the other game, finishing things off Sunday, also 3 p.m. Wakefield hosting Wigan. So it's 12th against second. They've played 3 times already this season. Wigan have won them all. I don't think that it's going to go any different way here as well. And I'm going to go Wigan by 14.
By far the easiest pick, which means I'll definitely get it wrong.
Yeah, don't
Wigan
say that.
Wigan by 16.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll see the demolition firsthand, see what's going on.
Breathing in that lovely asbestos.
Well, the expectation is that it'll all be down by this week, based on the timelines that Wakefield have been talking about. So,
okie dokie.
Yeah. The roof at least will have been gone, so hopefully it's been properly disposed of and not left in any of them back alleys that you have to walk past to get back to your car. Who knows? Morgan Sindel are the contractor, aren't they? I know some people who used to work there. I don't that's all I'll say.
Not casting aspersions, of course.
No. Women's Super League game of the week. We're going into Super League 2. Group 2 this week. Warrington versus Barrow, Sunday 3 p.m. Warrington are unbeaten at the top, but they've played less games so far than Barrow. I think this game probably decides whether Warrington do finish top or Barrow have a chance of finishing top. I can't expect Warrington to lose on home turf, but Barrow are a really competitive side and they've got a fantastic head coach. So I wouldn't write them off either.
No, I think Warrington will do it though.
Yeah. In the Championship, Batley versus Barrow is the game of the week because it's involving 2 playoff sides, so it's jostling for that playoff positions. That's Sunday at 3 p.m. But the TV game is York versus Bradford, 7:35 p.m. on Premier Sports.
I don't know why we're being inflicted with this. Bradford have got a perfect 100% losing record on Premier Sports this year, so I don't expect us to change that.
Have you played any teams that aren't like in the top 4 on Premier Sports though?
Newcastle.
Oh yeah, good point. You got battered. That's the one you probably got beat the worst in. Exactly. In League 1, Keighley versus Hunslet on Sunday, 3 p.m. That's game of the week. Keighley, if they win that against the weakest of the playoff place sides, then you'd think that that's almost all she wrote. The R-League game is Rochdale versus Cornwall. That's Sunday 1 p.m. Let's call it as it is. Rochdale will win by 30 points.
Probably.
Maybe 20. They're still adjusting to the new coach. I don't know. Make sure you get your fan reviews in on all those games. Any other rugby league action that you watch or take part in over the next 7 days as well. We want to hear from you on all of that. That's it for our guesses. We're now going to move into the wrap-up. Alan, you've told me that I'm to get nostalgia ready for the quiz, so I hope that doesn't mean that it's going to predate my knowledge.
No, it just means that we're going back to an old format of the quiz that used to be a perennial favourite that kept coming back.
Birthdays,
because I couldn't think of any theme for this week, so I thought let's go with birthdays. And I didn't
have time to think of a theme. I'm changing jobs soon, so I'm having to do some handoff stuff, and it's just really draining me.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than handovers. But yes, so this is all checked on the Rugby League Record Keepers Club website. So if it's wrong, you know who to speak to.
Yeah.
So, born on this day, the 9th of August, 2001, which is just depressing.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. So the clue is Huddersfield youngster who's now playing in the NRL.
Oh, then it has to be. What's his name? The Jamaican guy. Well, he wants to play for Jamaica over England. Young.
What's his first name?
Not Will.
No.
He's older and sings. Oh my God. Oh. Absolute blank drawn.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you it. Go on. Well, go on.
I could picture I'm probably closer at telling you how many dreadlocks he has on his head than his first name. That's how much it can't come to me. No, I'm not getting it.
Who does he play for in the NRL?
He plays for the Knights.
He does, yeah. It's Dom Young.
Dom Young.
Young Dominic Young. I'll give you a point for that. Born on the 10th of August 2001, day after. Warrington player who's played for York, Dewsbury and Newcastle on loan.
Okay. York, Dewsbury and Newcastle. Oh, Riley Dean.
Correct answer. Very good. And I've gone a little bit further back because picking players from 2001 was just depressing me.
So one of the lads who works with us at work, he was born in 2001, so he's a tiny child. And we were chatting the other day, and one of the girls at work, who's only like 36, something like that, like not super duper old, but she's got like this bit of grass next to her house, right? And so Tom was telling me that he went past Rachel's house and realised why he recognised Rachel's husband from her Instagram and stuff like that, because when Tom was a little boy, he used to play football on that bit of grass, and then Rachel's husband would go outside and shout at him if he kicked the ball too near to his car, and he made him cry one time. Like, how old are we? That we're old enough to have made for our age people to have made you cry when you were 10.
Honestly, it's just it's depressing.
It was a moment of realisation, that was.
I was watching on the Super League YouTube. They've had a series this week about 2005 Bradford Bulls.
Yeah.
And it just depressed me to think that was 17 years ago. But anyway, moving on.
About 4 different versions of the Bulls ago.
Oh yeah, don't even get started on that. But it was genuinely insightful about what was going on in the club. If you haven't seen it, it's worth watching. You don't have to be a Bradford fan to appreciate it. Trust me. Okay, so last one. Born on the 11th of August 1997, French international. A perennial fringe player for Catalan between 2017 and 2021 before moving to Toulouse in 2022 and remaining a fringe player.
French. 97, did you say?
Yes, 97.
So he's 25. Well, will be 25 this week.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Well, it can't be Springer because he's gone to Fev now.
Yes, this player's only played in France.
Yeah. Oh, Lucas Albert.
No, he's playing for Toulouse this year.
Lucas Albert's playing for Toulouse. He kicked it out on the full, didn't he, on Thursday night? And the commentator, I can't remember who was doing the game for Sky, probably Bill, weren't it? Kept saying Corey Norman, even though it was Lucas Albert who kept doing stuff. Okay. In that case,